and we are the Empowered to Change, the place where we challenge you to grow, and I'm your host tonight. Tonight we'll be discussing the topic on procrastination, and here we are with Dr. Regisford, who will be our host for tonight. Welcome, Dr. Regisford. It's nice to have you. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to be with us today. Can you just tell us a bit about yourself?
I've been a licensed psychotherapist and counselor for about 15 years. I have been in the counseling business for about 30 years, working in a number of nonprofit organizations, and while doing that, delivering services through my private practice, Knowledge Solutions, to a variety of clientele, from those in children's services, child welfare, to youth, young adults, couples, and speaking engagements, serving emergency service response, police and fire when necessary around critical debriefing, and some organizational consulting as well.
Thank you. Very impressive, very effective. So you see, tonight we'll have a wealth of information available to us. We have compiled a list of questions for you tonight. But before I get to the questions, I just want to let you know I'm also a procrastinator. I'm also one of those who, at the beginning of the year, I buy an agenda, and at the end of the year, I don't have anything accomplished. So whatever you say tonight, I will be taking it in.
Okay, good.
Right.
Well, you're amongst good company.
Thank you. So, doctor, tell us, what is procrastinating?
Okay.
And is it good or bad?
So, essentially, procrastination is this. It's the act of either delaying or postponing something that should be done. So we start off with the best of intentions. We know it needs to be done, or it should be done. But for one reason or another, we never get our mojo going. We never get going enough to deliver on it. Now, is it good or is it bad? Well, that depends. If you're in a relationship and you're asking your spouse to do something and he or she's not doing it, they might think that, no, I'm just delaying, waiting patiently. You might think that they're procrastinating. So procrastination is most often an external evaluation. So I say to you, well, you're procrastinating. Very rarely will you honestly and sincerely say, I'm procrastinating and I need to be reprimanded, or I need to get my act together. For the most part in our society, there is a negative ascription to procrastination. But by and large, it's not as harsh as, say, being lazy or saying, I'm lazy. No, most people won't say it because it's not good to say and it doesn't characterize us well. But we often feel that we can say, well, we're procrastinators because it gives us a pass, so to speak.
Do you think we procrastinate out of fear of the unknown, fear of not accomplishing the task, fear of failing?
Good question. Why do we procrastinate? There are a number of reasons why we procrastinate. One, there's no fun in it. So it doesn't have the fun factor. Two, we often start off with the best of desires, the best of intentions, but then realize how mammoth a task it is and how we may not have the capacity or the skill to deliver, or even the discipline to deliver. And at times, it can be about fear. You know, I made a commitment to do something. Oh my goodness, I have to now deliver on this. How am I going to do this? Do I have all that's necessary to help me deliver? Do I have the time to do this? Right?
Yes. You know, I'm curious. It is. I am just taking it in. Is it innate or is it environmentally developed?
No, this is not an innate trait. God did not give us this spirit or this perspective or attitude of procrastination. Even though the Bible speaks about sloth and laziness, it's not in the same manner. This is really about an attitude or a mindset around accomplishment and achievement. It is primarily an internal clock, so to speak. One develops this nature over a period of time. Often it starts when we as very young boys or girls make plans to do things, and we find out that it's difficult or challenging, and so we delay it. If we have multiple experiences like that over a period of time, we do develop that as a habit or a practice. Not 100%, but in a number of areas of our lives. So it's not unusual to see an individual who is a procrastinator, so to speak, but also someone who can get other things done in their lives. So let's take our teenagers, for example. We say to them, please, I need you to empty the garbage. An hour later, 2 hours later, the garbage still isn't empty. Now you say, well, I'm going to go to the mall, and I need to pick some things up. Who wants to go with me? And they're the first in line. In fact, they're in the car before you can get out the door. Right? So clearly, it's a choice that we make. A choice that is informed by our desire and drive, and what really motivates us. And for the most part, I think procrastination, the root of it is not having that desire, that discipline to do something that might be unpleasant, that doesn't have the fun factor, but we know it needs to be done.
Okay, so would you say that, are there different types of procrastination or different degrees, would you say?
I think there may be different degrees. Again, we see those go back to the husband and wife, or the partners who may say, well, you're procrastinating. No, I'm taking my time. I'm delaying making a decision to do this because I'm thinking about it, or I want to get more information, or I need to get more resources. So it centers around decision making to a lesser extent, but it can be on this continuum of those who are more inclined to do this repeatedly and frequently, and those who on occasion really just delaying or postponing making a decision or taking an action because they legitimately are thinking about it. They're waiting, they might be praying, they may be waiting for more information. That's slightly different. It can be seen as procrastination, but it's not the same.
Okay. So how can one identify that they're procrastinators, and how then can one motivate themselves to move from that zone?
Okay, very easily. The individual knows by way of their own patterns that they are accustomed to or often in a habit of doing this. So one, they internally know, I am a procrastinator. I kind of take my time to do things, or I delay it, postpone it, or I never really get to it. I think the other measures are those on the outside, those are your friends and family, particularly those who are closest to you. They are a good barometer of whether or not you're a procrastinator. If you hear it repeatedly, more than likely there's some truth to it.
My husband says it all the time, so it must be.
Well, and I'm with you on that.
Okay, thank you. As a man of God, would you say there's a spiritual entity to being a procrastinator?
No. I think if we use the word spirit as it is akin to a pattern of behavior, then yes. But spirit in that one is possessed or overcome by spirit of procrastination, I would say no. This is really about a behavior pattern that has been set over a period of time, that the individual has gotten used to and accustomed to, and for the most part has not been held accountable to. You see, the whole idea of procrastination is only relevant insofar as there's an external measure or an external evaluation or an external force saying you are a procrastinator. You, in and of yourself, you probably never think of yourself as being a procrastinator unless somebody told you.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And so that goes to the core of who you are, who we are as human beings, and the choices we make, again, around the things that we deem to be important, we want to achieve, but for some reason we don't have or do not develop the momentum or the skill to achieve or to accomplish those acts that you've set out to plan. Individuals, it really comes down to individual choice, and perhaps more so than anything else, a behavior pattern over a period of time that has been developed. Less of a spirit. I say less of a spirit because they can also stop. They can learn to not be a procrastinator, but to be someone who is true to their word and someone who delivers on their word.
Okay. Well, what advice would you give to that boy, that girl, that man, or that woman who just keep putting things out, who continues to procrastinate over the years? What advice would you give to that person?
If that individual is heard repeatedly, especially from those in their family, their close circle, their network, i.e. their spouse, their husband, then start acknowledging that there probably is some truth and some merit, some validity to what's being said. Because they have no skin in the game other than being honest with you, than being transparent with you, and probably have your best interests at heart. Not like someone who is on the extreme perimeters of your relationship who may not know you and that might be malicious. These are individuals who are close enough to you that they know, this is good feedback for you. Whether you want to take it before might not have been the case, but start by listening to those individuals. The other thing that I would do is ask them for feedback. How has my procrastination impacted you? Because there is a reality to procrastination. The teenager who leaves the garbage inside for hours and hours or days and days, the garbage creates an odor that affects everyone else. So recognize that your procrastination, your delaying or postponing decisions or actions does have an impact on others. So what does that require us to do? It requires us to be less oriented with ourselves and our own needs, and to think of others as well. So what's the impact of me not doing this or taking this on, or perhaps not following through on my word and my commitment to lose those pounds or to get a particular project done around the house? Because there's an impact. Third, I would say it's important, once you've gone through those steps, to start with a plan. Have a plan in place. And what often happens with procrastination is that individuals create these great, grandiose plans that you're guilty of that, shame on you. That realistically are not achievable. And not achievable because the individual doesn't have the capacity or ability, but not achievable because of other factors. They haven't considered time. They may not have considered scheduling, resources. And so coming up with a plan that allows you to chunk or break down that objective or that goal into small pieces so that over a period of time you can see yourself making incremental success or gaining incremental success over this larger objective that you've set. So if you have decided to start off January 2nd to go to the gym 5 days a week, and you know in the morning, and you know you're not a morning person, that's probably a problem, right? That's a good sign to say this plan needs to be revised. If you are a night person, then it's probably realistic for you to say, I'm going to go to the gym 2 or 3 days a week, and I'm going to go between this time and this time, which means that you're going to make some scheduling arrangements to facilitate your attendance. That's probably more realistic. Build yourself up, build your capacity up, so that you can see that you're making some success. You're going to feel good, you're going to feel confident, your esteem is going to elevate, you're going to feel more self-assured, and over a period of time, what that does for you, it helps you to feel better about you and your commitment to getting things done, which just builds and builds and builds. Once you get that wheel spinning of confidence that goes to your esteem and your self-worth, once that's all spinning, there's not a whole lot for you to do because it's just spinning because you've had a lot of experience. You just got to keep it going. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. That's so much to absorb. The last question for you. The students, those students that wait until the last minute before exam. What advice would you give to those students?
Well, I think the world says that preparation is best in place, and when that's in place, it yields success or better results. That's not always the case in instances like this. There's some individuals who simply perform well at the last minute. They do well at the last minute, under pressure. They function well under pressure. You've heard of that, right? When there's no pressure, they kind of relax. So for them, they need to be in a constricted place where they feel that there's pressure, and when they are in that position, they tend to perform well. It's not for everyone, but you have to know yourself. If you're doing that at the last minute, the night before, staying at the library, sleeping, and going to the exam, and then you're failing, and that's the feeling you're having, that's a problem. But over a period of time, if you're waiting until the last minute, day before, and going in and accomplishing it, might just very well be who you are as an individual and the way in which you perform. Some people perform well under pressure. Like me. Typically, my best times are in the evenings into the night. I do my best work at that time. To get me up in the morning, you're going to find that challenging.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Regisford. You've been very helpful, especially for me. That was especially for me. Thank you.
Well, it's also you for your husband.
Thank you for the wealth of information that you have. And also, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us today.
My pleasure.
Thank you also to our studio audience. And thank you to those at home for letting us share your home today. Please like and subscribe. Please also remember to leave a comment. If this has been helpful to you, please let us know. Also, if there's a topic that you are interested in, please let us know. Again, we are Empowered to Change Women's Ministry, a place where we empower you to grow. Thank you.